Marija Ratković is from Serbia. In 2018, she went to Rome, a city in Italy, for the ECS project. We talked with her about her ECS experiences.
Hi everyone, my name is Marija and I'm from Belgrade, Serbia. In August I will be 32 years old, and I took like a last chance to do an EBS when I was 28, going to 29. And I'm art historian, but that's only the degree. I don't work that. I actually work in a call center with Italian language because I loved it, and that's why I work because of that knowledge. First of all, when I applied, it was called EVS, so European Voluntary Service. So that's why if you hear me referring as EVS, it's European Solidarity Corps. So I was volunteering, like going to work camps, international work camps, since maybe 2010, and I really enjoyed it. And I actually met a lot of people that some of them are really good friends of mine also today. So then I was always going to Italy, and my friends would often ask me like, do you know that other countries exist? Because I was always going to work camp in Italy. And I always, when I started voluntary camps, that, as you know, like they last for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I heard about long-term volunteering, and I was like, okay, I want to do that before I'm 30. And so maybe in 2015 or 16, after I graduated, I started looking for the projects. And actually the process was kind of long because I was only looking for projects in Italy. And in the beginning, I had a broad idea about the topic. I knew that that it has to be something involved in like arts and culture. But I also had like a silly idea, like to go to some place like near sea or something like that, like really exotic. So I was like looking always on the Google Maps, like where is the place, but like, is it also urban? Are there museums and things like that? So actually, after a while, I realized that it is a really bad way to search for a project, and that the main thing should be topic. So I was just searching for topics that are cool and that are in Italy. But after 2 years, I looked at for about 2 years, and I applied. I didn't apply to many projects. I was really selective, but I didn't get accepted yet. And then actually I was thinking like it was like a fate, because I received an email from young researchers of Serbia, which is the Serbian organization that I volunteered with. And it was from a mailing list for long-term projects. And it was about EVS for 1 year in La Città dell'Utopia in Rome, which was my project. Yeah, so after like I asked for my organization's opinion, what did they know about that organization, what they think, and we realized that it's a project that is going on for more than 10 years. And I also got in touch with the person that was doing it a few years back from Serbia. So after the interview, when I got accepted, I was so happy. And like a few months after that, I quit my job and moved. Yeah. Honestly, in the beginning, it was kind of disappointing. I won't lie, because the apartment, when I arrived, it was very old and like with handles on the door that didn't work well, and with old and not so nice furniture. And honestly, I couldn't imagine myself living there. I mean, I don't come from a rich family, but I got used to like having things clean and organized, like normal, not I mean, I live in an apartment from the 50s, so it's not like nothing special. So also in the beginning, I couldn't connect very well with people, and I kind of felt alone. I missed my friends and family. And I also had like a medical issue, because previous to the trip, I had some like intervention for toothache. Sorry. And so I took a lot of very strong antibiotics for that. And so my stomach was kind of very sensitive, and I also couldn't eat good. So I was kind of also stressed because of that. But honestly, that kind of made me come back home. It didn't last a lot, but I think that a lot of people have that kind of feeling in the beginning, maybe, of the project. And actually, after a month of my project, one of my best friends was getting married in Belgrade. So I asked like to take a few days off. And I was coming for the wedding, but I was actually much more happy like to be in my house, to see my friends, than actually because of the wedding. And I took that period, like few days, to talk to my friends and family and to think. So I realized that it would be bad for me to just quit, because I'm not a person that likes to quit things. And I came back to Rome and tried to make a best time of that. So very soon I started really feeling like home, like at home. And in November, we had our group of volunteers complete. I had 4 roommates, and we started arranging apartment, and it became really nice place to live. And I really started those people really started becoming my friends, and I consider it like one of the best times in my life, and for now. And and as for work, so I will just tell you that we were in 5, and 2 girls, they worked in another office, which is like a SCI office that is more like organizing camps and bureaucracy, things like that. And me, Brian, the guy from Spain, and Maxime from France, we worked actually the next door, because we lived in the house that was also the organization building. And we were doing some daily tasks, helping our coordinator, Alessandra, to organize, promote events. And once a week, I also held English class for Italians, because of course, Spanish and French are popular, but Serbian not so much. So I was teaching English. And in the beginning, I was kind of nervous, because I didn't know very good grammar, like to explain also. But it became like a conversational course. So we would just pick a topic and speak, and I will correct them. So it was really nice. And besides that, we had many different projects during the year, like social cafes, film projections, promotion of books, and also lunches that were used to support the organization. Like we would sell lunches for people on a very small price, and that would help the organization work. And we even organized 3 work camps during the summer. Well, yes, as I told you, like that the sensation of being away from home, also because even if I was 20 years old, I was this was my first time to don't live with my parents, because in Serbia, in Belgrade, it's hard to live on your own. And the people who were born in Belgrade, as I did, they usually stay with their parents for a long time, while others like move because of going to university. And my university was in my hometown. So that was kind of difficult. And also, there was a challenge, not so much like making friends, but getting used to that you live with 4 more people that have completely different backgrounds and habits and things like that. So it took a lot of compromise to don't kill each other. So, but for me, the most difficult part was not sharing my daily life with my people, you know. So, but soon I overcame all challenges, and I really could enjoy the life there. As I mentioned, like firstly, I would say life without my parents and with roommates. I think that really shaped me as a person, and also coming back home and living again with parents was much more difficult, even if I have a great relationship with them. So now I live with my boyfriend, but before that, I was really thinking about renting an apartment, even though it's expensive, because as I got used to not being with friends, sorry, not living with parents. And so there were a lot of nice experiences, visiting beautiful places. I met a lot of very nice people and different culture, customs, not just Italy, because I knew a lot about Italy already because I traveled there, but it was from the people that I met there, because we had also a lot of immigrants, and my roommates were different, like Spanish, French, Argentinian, and Bulgarian. And also I had nice experiences of travel, and also like when you know that you depend only on yourself, like if you don't cook for yourself, you will not have anything to eat. And also like organizing the budget, and improving, of course, my Italian knowledge, because I knew it before, but this was a great opportunity to make it better. As you can tell by the things that I already said, I'm really in love with Italy. And first, I fell in love with language that I started learning at the beginning of university. Then the food, which is amazing, and also the country, of course. And so in Rome, I would definitely suggest to people to visit parks, because they have like enormous parks, they seem like a jungle, especially when you're coming from a city like Belgrade. It is mostly like streets and that's all. And also, like, I had a really alternative, let's say, group of people around me. So we were visiting, and my organization was also kind of that way, but we were visiting a lot of like squats, like abandoned warehouses and things like that, that were transformed into cultural places, or like places for concerts during the summer. So there are a lot of those in Rome, and I would definitely suggest to people who like those kind of things to make a research and also visit those places. As per already known sites, I would suggest my favorite, which is Piazza di Spagna. And of course, any person coming to Rome would definitely visit those kind of places. And I would just never pay for Colosseum. It's not worth it. Also, if visiting during summer, there are really nice beaches near Rome that are like just €3 and half or less than an hour train ride from Rome, that are called Santa Severa and Santa Marinella. And even if Romans, of course, they don't appreciate it much, because they got used to like going to Sardinia, Sicilia, and like south of Italy. Those beaches are really beautiful. And while I lived in Rome, I used every chance to go there after work during the summer, of course. And also in Italy, I would suggest firstly Bologna. That is my favorite city. That is really beautiful. Who has a chance to go to, it's called Battipaglia, that is the hometown of mozzarella. I never been there, but a friend of mine brought me mozzarella from there, and it's really beautiful. So I think it's worth it just going because of mozzarella. And that's all. I mean, in Italy, you have a lot of places really beautiful places that are not so known, for example, like Rome or Florence. But just if you take a car and just go around, you will find a really nice places to visit. So there were a lot of them, because we really try to do different activities. But to make this one short, because I'm already talking a lot, I will just mention a first time when I did the activity with Laboratorio 53. It's Laboratorio 53 in English. It's an organization that is sharing the same building as mine, and they focus on giving different kind of support to immigrants, like legal and psychological. But except for that, they also make a gathering every Thursday, and there people cook together, usually, like, because they're immigrants, they cook something from their country or some typical Italian dishes, and they play different games, socialize. And we were often going there to have lunch with them. But the first time I went, I was really like moved by the group of people. And I remember that I had my eyes full of tears, because while seeing their smiles and the happiness of people coming there, because for them that was really like escape from all the horrible things that they lived. And they usually live in some group homes and things like that. So it's not really like a normal living, even if they are in Rome, in the safe country. So coming there was really nice for them. And also seeing the hosts, the people from the organization, how much influence they had on this immigrants' lives. So that was really one of the best not experience, but like moments that really influenced me. And except for that, I know that for people from EU, this will be kind of funny, but since Serbia is not in EU, every time that we have to go to a different country, there is like a passport control and all that on the airport. So when I was in Rome, I took like a long weekend trip to Malta. And it was so funny for me when we arrived to Malta. We were just like, we didn't have any bags. We had just had backpack, and we landed and just hop, 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 like went out of the airport, and we're in Malta and nobody asks anything. Nobody asks for your passport. So for me, that was also kind of a life remembering experience. Yeah, that's all. Definitely choose your projects, firstly based on the theme, and then of course based also on the place where you would like to live, but not like, is there a beach near or something like that, but maybe a country like I did. If you have like a country that you would really love to live in, this is a great opportunity, because for a lot of people it's not easy to find like a job. So this is also a nice opportunity to experience life in a country that is not just touristic, even if it's for a longer time. And it's easier if you're open to more different countries. You will probably find the project faster. And I think the project is important, because even if I don't like saying this, but it can happen that the people that you're spending your time with, roommates or people that you're working for, you don't make a good connection with them. So it will be important that at least you like the things that you do there. For example, a friend of mine was the only volunteer in the organization in Spain. So she didn't really have a lot of people to hang out with. So she had her job. Also, it's really important to think about the factor of language, because I knew already Italian, so maybe it would be better to go to another country and learn a new language. but I wanted to go to Italy. But for example, I really don't like German. So going to Germany for me was not an option, because you need to, if you want to take an EVS project or ESC project, you need to consider that you will have lessons of the language of that country. And also maybe people will expect from you to make a conversation in that language, because maybe a lot of people will not know English. Also older people that you also probably had experience in Croatia. So I think that are like the most important things. And also to not be discouraged if you don't find the project or if you receive a rejection letter, because a lot of organizations also maybe have different countries that they're accepting volunteers from. So if you don't do a research, maybe they don't accept volunteers from your country at the moment. So that is the only reason that they said no. And I think that the persons should really invest a lot of time and don't give up. So maybe like me, the perfect EVS will be in the mailing list.